Hey everyone, this is Djimusic, and I'm back for another video. So lately, as you have seen, I haven't been on the YouTubes because I've been working on two new maps. They're both pretty extravagant. One of them has around, I think it's 15,000 command blocks. So I've been programming all of those, which means that I've been doing some MCEdit filters to help me along the way. So I'm going to be showing you those and releasing those so that you can use it for your maps. One of them is an edited one of Seth Bling's that actually works, and that was an email. And so now I actually edited his just to make it a little bit better, and just so it's a little bit more, so it actually works with the new commands and stuff. So let's get started. So the first one I'm going to show is actually it's an updated version of his move command blocks coordinates filter. So as you can see in here, I have set block 10, 10, 10, 175, 0. Let's head into MCEdit. Now that we're in MCEdit, let's see. So if you look in here, the command right now is set to set block 10, 10, 10. If we select the block, go to filter, and add where is it? I have so many of them. It's down here. Move command block coordinates updated. It'll actually have a little bit of a new layout. Usually his only has these three options, but I added some more options as well as making some behind the scenes changes so it works with the new blocks. So let's say 1, say 2, and 3. So basically this will add 1, 2, and 3 to the values. This will also work for relative values, which is the ones with the, I can't type it, can I? No, I can't. With the little squiggly sign, you'll see it if it is up 3 blocks and you'll use the little squiggly sign. It does work for that, you just have to make sure you check that box. But we only need the exact values, so let's just use that. Click filter, and if you go back into the game, you can see that the values actually have changed. So this is easily really nice. So if you have to move exactly one block up, I do this a lot because I actually have the command a lot. I have the coordinates set a lot, so you can actually make it, if you want to set the block above a specific block, you can just move them all, or you can just move one. As well as if you're trying to move an entire thing up, if you're trying to set a block using this thing. Let's say I'll do an actual example. So let's say you want to set, let's say you want to set the block 30 up. Let's do this. So you want to set the block exactly 30 blocks up. If you wanted to then make this 35 and you had 200 command blocks going that way and you wanted to do it all, you can now do this without having to edit them all. You can just literally just add 15 to it and it will then become 35, or add 5 to it and then it'll become 35. So it's really good for if you're trying to make some changes. And using that in accordance with this filter makes everything a lot easier. So yeah. Okay, so now for this filter. This filter basically, it's actually a set of 2 filters. One of them you can actually change commands, and one of them separates the coordinates from everything else. So let's look at these for now. So this is TP all players to coordinate. This one's TP all players around an area with a radius of 10 to a coordinate. Spawn point. This is just basically a representation of all the commands that it works with. Spawn point's this one. Set block, you can do this, and it basically will just export this. And test for block, which is these 3. So it basically will work for all these commands. So I'm actually going to duplicate them so you can see what it does first. And then, yeah, we'll continue on. Okay, we are back in MCEdit, so let's duplicate these and get started. So I'm just going to clone it twice. And there we go. Okay, so on the first one, we're just going to leave it alone so you can keep that. On the second one, we're going to run the first filter on it. Actually, we'll do it for both. So let me expand it. There we go. Okay, so we're going to run the filter. This filter is called the convert coordinates filter. Basically, it will separate the coordinates from the old command, so you can actually change the command with the same coordinates. So let's convert the coordinates. You'll see these 3 options. Basically, there's 4 different options here. A and B have these options. C and D don't actually use these options, so just make sure you are aware of that. So let's see. So this one right now, if we look at it, the command right now is set to TP all players. So it's right now it's with spaces. So a spaces coordinate basically is it's going to be actually either TPing to a location, or it's going to be setting a block at a location. So it's basically the final location. If it has spaces in between it, then it's basically what is known in the plugin as spaces. And if it has commas, which would be all players in brackets and then the location in commas, that would be a comma value. So right now, this one is a spaces value. Let's actually run each of these individually. So let's select these two, filter. Okay, so this is a spaces value. So let's run it spaces to comma. So this is going to look for the spaces value and convert it to a comma value as well as remove it. So we do need this. So comma value is going to be, let's use all players, radius of, let's say 20. So this will actually create a coordinate for us with the coordinate of the old one, but we can actually edit it later. So now that's done. If we look at it, you'll see at the it says tag underscore string. You'll actually see what has been created. It basically took the coordinates from the old command, added pluses at the beginning and equals at the end, which is what I used to replace later. So I actually used that to figure out exactly what to replace. So now I have an actual usable command with a radius of 20, all players, and I'll actually be able to use that for other commands. So if you look at this one, and we do a filter again, and this time we have a comma value in there, so let's do comma to comma. This will actually look at the comma value, which right now is set to, the comma value is set to 2, 4, 5, 10, as you can see by the TP all players. If I look at that, go filter, let's convert it to a nearest player, and let's still use radius of, let's make it 25 actually. Comma to comma, and click filter. Basically this, if you look at it now, it actually separated the 2, 4, 5 and made it 25. So you can actually create coordinates based on old numbers. So it's pretty cool. You can use this if you have, like, let's say you want to set a block, and then you want to also test for the block. Instead of having to type both of them, you can just copy it and run this filter to convert it to a test for block. So it's really, really easy to do, and it was really helpful for me for my map because I had to change it for every single map of the actual game because I have 9 maps on the game, so it's really hard to do it all at once. So I wrote this, and it makes it a lot easier. So let's go to the next one. So right now it's spawn point all players 30, 60, 30. Let's run a command to make it. Let's do commas to spaces. Actually, we can't do that one because it's not a comma. Spaces to spaces. So these values do not matter because since it's going to spaces, there isn't really any options related to these. If you click filter, you will see that the spaces is now spaces. So you have 30, 60, 30. And then the option was basically the same thing except for it looks for an existing comma value. So it's just really convenient to have, and it's very nice. So I don't really think I need to do these, but I'll just do it just really quick. So this one is test for block, and this one is there we go. Let's select these. So test for block and set block. If you do filter, let's do spaces to spaces, and there we go. So now you see that they're all spaces instead of having the text set block as well as a test for block. So now we have coordinates in these blocks. If you want to actually, what we can do now is we can actually change them back to a coordinate or to a command. So let's say, this one is like a nearest player. So let's convert this one, just this guy, filter. Let's convert this guy. We have to go to the second part of the filter. There we go. Okay, so you have plus, 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 and equal, equal. You've already used part 1, so this will now work. If you filter without changing this, you'll get a message. Just make sure that you change the before and after coordinates to at least a space if you don't want anything after. But usually you'll want to have something after. So I might actually add a checkbox before I release this that actually will make it so that you can enable before and after, just because that is true that you might not need it. But let's get started. So this one we're going to say TP. You do not actually have to add spaces before, so if it's supposed to have a space, and don't worry about it, just don't do a space between it, it'll automatically add it. And let's say, so TP, it'll do the coordinates, and then we'll say 30, 56, 30. So this will TP the coordinate, or the person that's in there to these coordinates. Click filter, and it'll say success, it was found and replaced 2 times. Now, if you look, it actually says TP the coordinates, the person at the coordinates to 30, 56, 30. So you can, it's really convenient. It's just really nice to have. This will work for any of these. Like for example, if you look at here, you have, right, just kidding. Okay, 30, 60, 30. So we have a 30, 60, 30. Let's make this a set block command. Or yeah, let's do a set block. So there we go. So type the command name in there. So set block. then it's going to say the coordinates right here, and then after the coordinates, it's going to say, let's set it to, let's go with TNT, 46. So 46, and then you can just do as much as you want. So step block coordinates 46, 0, replace. Little success, it has been replaced. If I go back, now it says set block 30, 60, 30, 46, 0, replace. So it works well. And this will work for any of the commands. It's just really convenient to have. So let's go back to the game. Save it. Okay, we are back in the game. So as you can see, if I go down the line, TP all players 30, 60, 30, I converted it to this, which basically just separated the coordinates, these coordinates, and made it into a comma coordinate value. And then I converted that later, which apparently, I didn't run on this one, but I could have converted it back from this guy to a separate one. If I have the coordinates one, the coordinates are right there. I then separated them and changed the radius and stuff, and then I just ran this command. And this is a completely workable command, so you can use this for your game. Spawn point, and then did this, convert to that, and then I ran a command to add stuff to it. So it's just really convenient to have. It's a two-step process. I could make it one step, but I feel like it's probably a lot easier because you can actually write, like let's say if you don't actually want to set the commands yet, you can literally write this in the command. Let's say all players 30, 40, 20, radius, or 15, and then let's say mode is equal to 1. It'll work for everything. And then you just say equal, equal, equal. That will signal to the filter that there's basically, that you can actually add text to this. You can run it on this and it'll still work. So it's just really easy to use, and yeah. I know I'll be using it a lot. It's just a time saver for me. I don't know how much you guys like it, but it's just, I just wanted to release it so there's an option available since there really is not anything like this. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'm going to be releasing the map that I actually use this. Actually, I think you guys have waited long enough. Let's go show you the map. So, let me go back to I'm going to have to blur the server list, but whatever. So let's go into the game. I'm still composing the music for it, so that's why it's been so delayed. But, okay. So this is the redstone for it. This is actually part of the redstone. I'm still working on it. But it's pretty intense. Oh gosh, stop lagging. Yeah, I'm having some serious lag on this computer. I'm not sure if it's my recording software, but sorry in advance. But yeah, so this is basically the map. But this is actually what I've been using the filter on. So I'll give you a little sneak peek. So basically I have a set block command with 175.0. I then go up 1 and actually do the 106. So basically I add 1 if you look down here. So everything's exactly the same except for this is 106 and this is 8. So I actually have another command that will include, it replaces values, so it'll search for value and replace it. So I'll actually do another video on that later. But basically, so I just add 1 to the y value, and that makes it so you can do this. I then over here actually have it to run it again, but this time I have to have a comma value for it, or a comma coordinate value. So that makes it so that I can easily just do that. It's a lot easier. And so I can literally just take the command, copy it over there, and then just run the filter to convert it to a nearest player with a radius of 10. And then I can basically just run it and just say scoreboard player set at the very beginning, and then say the name of the thing, which you guys can't see because it's just pretty related to the game, and then that to 1. So you can just do that really easily. It's pain-free. It makes everything a lot easier. And plus, I copy this, as you can actually back up. Stop lagging. As you can see, I actually copy it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. So I literally have to run it. I have to run the same filter 8 times for every single map. So it makes it a lot easier to copy everything down because I actually have, if I go to this value, you'll see that I use relative values. So actually, every one is exactly 5 off the other one. So actually, I have to update that every single time I copy it, and this just makes it a lot easier. It makes everything a lot easier and makes everything work. So yeah, this map is going to be released hopefully soon. I still have to write the music, and I'm going to be gone for Thanksgiving break. So I hope you guys have a good Thanksgiving break. Enjoy Black Friday shopping if you're going to be doing that. I'm probably not going to because I don't really want to be run over. But you know the idea, you know the deal. But yeah, so I'm going to be releasing this soon. I have another map that's kind of similar to this one, but not really. But that one's a lot more building implement. That's not a word. Building. It uses a lot more building. We'll say that. I don't know the word right now. But yeah, so that one's actually gonna be in the progress of building. I'm gonna be working on that, but that'll be coming out soon. And yeah, 1.7 is kind of amazing. I definitely love it. So if you guys want to download the filters, they're in the description. I'm actually gonna be continuing my website to enable development of that. So I'll actually have a filters page on my website. I haven't been doing much of Minecraft stuff on my website because it's been mostly just music, which is my other channel. So I'll probably be doing more filter stuff and Minecraft stuff on the website just because I feel like it'll be a good place for all my maps, since there isn't really a good way to get all my maps at the same time. So that'll be good. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. I'd like to get this out so I can actually help as many map makers as possible, because this is definitely a nice thing to have when it comes to filters and stuff like that. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!